Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am deeply grateful to you for the opportunity to be here again. I'm not a stranger here in the Leabridge Mosque. I have very long relations here. I have marched with you on the birthday of the Prophet, peace be upon him, in years gone by, and hope to do so again. If the events of the last few days had been different, I would have made a different set of remarks today. I would have asked you for your support and laid out my plans for London. But I think that would be inappropriate now in the moment that we have arrived at. So I wanted to endorse the statement that you have just heard about the sinfulness and wickedness of terroristic violence against defenseless, unarmed, innocent people wherever they are attacked and murdered and maimed anywhere in the world. And whomsoever murders them, whether they're wearing a beard and living in a cave in the Tora Bora, or whether they're wearing a suit and a white shirt and tie and living in the White House, or in Whitehall, or in the Knesset. Spare a thought today on this Jummah for the faithful people struggling to reach Al-Aqsa to perform their obligations and who have to fight their way through foreign soldiers who seek to stop them and maybe even kill them. Spare a thought for the Muslims in Kashmir living under the brutal occupation of Modi, against whom I was proud to demonstrate. I was the only political leader in Britain to be outside Downing Street and outside Wembley Stadium in the evening, raising my voice, as is my obligation, wajib. It's wajib to raise your voice against injustice, against oppression, and I like to perform my duties as faithfully as I can. But of course, the attack in Paris, so close to us, amongst the French people, is the closest to us and therefore demands our firmest response, because we now live in a dangerous moment for ourselves. There are some in our midst who would use the opportunity of such mass murder to harm us, to harm our families, to harm Islamic property here, and indeed it's already happened in sporadic ways, and in France and in Belgium. The Muslims on this day of Jummah are living very precariously indeed. So the task is to make clear, as was done, and as my brother Mukhtar and I will be doing outside, to make clear that these kind of actions have nothing to do with Islam. They are explicitly forbidden in Islam. The harming of a tree is forbidden in Islam. The killing of a spider. My sons explain to their classmates that they are forbidden to harm spiders. It is a sin in any religion, a crime in any language, that which was carried out there. Of course, it cannot be separated from the internal policies of the French government, cannot be separated from the colonial history of France, cannot be separated from the wars and occupations of these last few years. But that isn't the point here today. The point here today is that the killing of innocent people in response to the crimes of guilty people is sinful. And the idea that God could favor it, the idea that God could bless it, that someone could enter Jannah as a result of such sin is perfectly ridiculous. And I hope the BBC who are here reflect the fact that every person in this mosque, every person in every mosque, 99.9% of all the Muslims in the world reject these kind of terrorist actions. We must maintain our unity. We must unite. The Muslims must unite, and the Muslims must unite with the others to defend ourselves against any crime and against sin, and to find the Surat al-Mustaqim, to find the right path, to bring our children up, to walk along that path. My latest son is called Mustaqim. Mustaqim George Galloway. I'm trying to I'm trying to stay on that path. We must, all of us, try to guide our children down that path without sacrificing what we believe in, without sacrificing our faith, and as one people, one ummah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.